In a farmyard not too long ago, there lived a mother hen whose name was Clara. Clara had soft brown feathers and spent most of her days scratching at the ground, looking for food. She would let out soft clucks as she searched, and her chicks would follow close behind her, chirping excitedly. The chicks were fluffy yellow balls of energy, always tumbling over each other and playing in the green grass. One particularly sunny morning, Clara laid down in the shade of the barn, watching her chicks play. The farm was quiet and peaceful. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves of the old oak tree, and the only sound that could be heard was the happy chirping of the chicks. It was a perfect day on the farm. But then suddenly, a dark shadow fell over the yard. Clara lifted her head up and looked around, trying to figure out what was going on. And that's when she saw it. High above them, in the bright blue sky, circled an enormous eagle. The eagle had sharp talons and cruel eyes, and it was looking down at the chicks with hunger. Its wings were spread wide, catching the wind, and its feathers glistened in the sunlight. With a loud screech, the eagle swooped down toward the chicks. The little ones panicked and ran in all directions. Dust rose up in the air as they scattered, and Clara watched in horror as the eagle got closer and closer. She had to do something to protect her chicks! So with a loud squawk, Clara spread her wings wide and stood tall in front of the eagle. She knew that she couldn't outrun or outfly the bird, so she had to stand her ground. The eagle came to a stop in front of her, and for a moment, the only sound that could be heard was the beating of their hearts. The eagle struck out with his sharp claws, but Clara was ready for him. She dodged just in time, and then pecked him back with all her might. The eagle screeched in pain and surprise, and Clara kept up her attack until he finally backed away. She was small and quick, and she used every inch of her body to fend off the big bird. Feathers flew everywhere, and the ground shook with the force of their battle. But as the fight went on, Clara began to tire. She was no match for the eagle's strength, and she knew that she couldn't keep this up forever. But she refused to give up. She pushed the eagle back, keeping her body between him and her chicks. The little ones huddled together behind her, peeking out with wide eyes as they watched their mother fight. Then suddenly, Clara had an idea. She knew that she couldn't defeat the eagle, but maybe she could trick him. So, with a sudden burst of energy, she struck out with her beak and hit him right on the wing. The eagle staggered back, losing his balance. For a moment, he looked stunned. Clara took advantage of this and pecked him again and again, driving him away from her chicks. The eagle flapped his wings and rose back into the sky. As he flew away, he glared back at Clara, letting out one last angry cry. Clara stood tall, watching him go. She had won! And as the sun set over the farm, she clucked softly to her chicks, who ran to her, chirping happily. From that day on, the eagle never dared to attack again.